Hey guys, this is Darlene Monette and welcome to my YouTube channel. Some of you may have been here before watching my Let's Plays or some of my art videos, and some of you may be flailing around right now going, what the crap? So, welcome. Um, oh gosh, where to start? First of all, hi everybody. Hello my watchers. I know a lot of you are going to be new to this, so I hope my voice doesn't annoy the crap out of you. This is a really bad day to record. We're having this huge windstorm and there's like wind chimes going off and oh gosh. As some of you may have know, or some of you may know, gosh, I can talk today. Um, I've been sick for like the last week, so I haven't gotten a lot done, and I decided to go ahead and record this. So I apologize in advance if for some reason I'm coughing and sniffling and clearing my throat all the time. Eventually my voice is going to run out and it's just going to happen and we're just going to go with it. Okay, so first off, let me explain something here. Here on my screen, you may see my sigh. Yay, sigh. I have my stock reference on one side of the window. This was done by the lovely Imperial Starlit Stock. There will be links in the description. And on the right side, you may notice I do not have a blank sheet of paper. I have to explain. Um, yeah. I don't usually record um, my sketching process. I only usually do my coloring process. So when I said I was going to do this video and I was thinking about doing my sketching process, I got really nervous because I never do it. And so I was like, oh crap, okay, what am I going to do? Let's find some stock references and I'll show you. Is this my folder? This is my folder. Um, you'll notice it's full of different stock references. What I tend to do when I go around DeviantArt is I'll try to keep my character's personality in mind, and I'll say, okay, who is this person? And who I'm drawing today is Frances. She's like this demonic character that belongs to the lovely Cardine. And she's like confident and she's a warrior, and yeah, so I was like, okay, this is what I need to keep in mind. And I went looking for stock references on Friday. And I just grabbed all the poses that struck some interest in me, whether it be because there was really good form or it had something to do with her personality or whatever. And then later I brought them all into not Photoshop. God, what is wrong with my brain today? Into Sigh and started thinking, okay, I like how this one looks, not so much this one. What if I, use the arm reference from this one and the leg reference from this one? And eventually I settled on the one I wanted to do. That reminds me, I need to open up my references here. These are my character references, so I know who I'm drawing. These were done by the lovely Cardine. This is going to be tough, you guys. I'll keep this one up because it reminds me the most of her personality. And so I picked this reference and I was like, oh gosh, I better practice sketching in front of people because I was so afraid I was going to make these huge mistakes. I don't know why, it's just, I'm a worrier by nature. And so I opened this up and I was like, okay, I'll show you in red pen so you can kind of see what I'm talking about. Where is my pen? Okay, so you'll notice that first I did my little standard wireframe template. So like right here, you'll see the line, the midline, and you can see where oh God, that was a bad line. You'll see where I kind of poked in the rib cage and the arm joints and put the references on the head and got her arms in. You guys have all seen me do it in red lines. That's how I start. And then before I knew it, like 10 minutes later, I was sitting here drawing in the pelvis bones, making sure I knew where they sat and trying to adjust her hips to make sure they were right. And I swear, like 10 to 15 minutes later, I had this sketch and I was going, oh, I don't want to have to redraw it. So you kind of have to forgive the fact that I skipped the first like 10 minutes. I swear it wasn't on purpose. I just, I didn't record it. My voice was out that day and I wasn't planning to record, and I just started sketching, and then once I started sketching I was like, oh, but I don't want to throw it away. So we're just gonna work from here. And believe me, you guys are still gonna see lots of drawing because like she doesn't have any clothes. There's no hair. Her facial expression is blah. But we're gonna get into this. So you, as you can see, here's my little reference. This is actually, let's see. This is full size for my reference. And I work on a very large canvas. So this is full size for my drawing. It's huge. But, and it's going to be bigger because she's going to have, I think, wings, actually. She's going to have bat wings. Demonic looking stuff. So, yeah. I actually don't need this reference so much right now because I've blocked in most of my general shapes and the rest is just fixing. So we're going to go ahead and throw my reference down and we're going to get started on sketching. I sketch with my custom little lead brush. It's really fun. You can find it in my custom brush supplement that's in the tutorial section of my gallery. And I use this color for my sketches. It's not black. It's like a really, really dark gray. You can see it over here in my little color swatch. And it works really well with the pencil because I found if you do it with straight black, it's just a little bit too harsh. And yeah, I just don't like it. So let's throw that away. Sometimes I sketch on multiple layers. Sometimes I don't. It just depends what I'm sketching and how confident I am in what I'm doing. For like instance, if I was going to draw her hair and her clothes on right now, I would do it on a separate layer until I was sure this is where I wanted my lines to be, so that if I had to fix something, I wouldn't have to erase everything else. But eventually I merge it all and it's all good. Gosh, I don't even know where to start. I mean, I guess work on her legs. Although she's gonna have boots. Where's my reference? She has boots. This is a problem I run into with Cardine, and Cardine, I love you dearly, but her outfits between her references are all different. So sometimes I'm like, okay, does she want the boots from this one or from this other one? Or, you know, sometimes I make it up. I really like these boots. They're snazzy. Are they the same? No, they're not the same. Which one of these is newer? I don't know. I don't know. I know this is, I think that's the newest, but it doesn't have boots. Okay, so this is a problem I run into with my commissioners sometimes. I get multiple references, which is awesome. I love multiple references. But when the outfits are the different and nobody says, oh, she's supposed to be wearing this, I'm sitting here looking between these going, okay, which one do I like better? Because how else am I supposed to pick? I really like these boots. Okay, we're gonna go with those. Those are gonna be knee highs. Jeez. Well, mid-thigh, top of the boots, dealy. So I don't wanna... okay. I don't want to go ahead and like block this in a ton because I'm just gonna have to erase it. Like all of this is gonna be boots all the way up to here. Oh, that's gonna look so nice at that angle. Okay. Sorry, I am such a fangirl sometimes. You'll notice I get like overexcited really easy. And I sound really funny when I'm concentrating. Cause I'm like, okay, oh, tough. It's like I'm walking up a mountain, but I'm just penciling in. I swear it's not all gonna be this slow. I'm actually a pretty fast sketcher most of the time. Most sketches take me about a day, but it really boils down to like 2 to 4 hours because I'm fast. Oh gosh. Okay. Um, Booger. We need to do her chest size. My reference had, a medium-sized chest, but this character actually has a fairly large chest. So, oh gosh, okay. We got a new layer. We're on a new layer. We're gonna scribble some. Let's see. Assuming this is her rib cage. So you can kind of see I've penciled in where the breasts would be. I just didn't make them the right size. How is this gonna work? Where's my reference? Yeah, okay. Okay. This is so hard. I do not sketch in front of people ever. The trick right now is to get the breast size and then make it like match. I'm trying to think. This would be lifted because her arm is up. Ah, eraser. No, not big enough. I keep forgetting my canvas is so huge. So then I reach for my brush and it's like itty bitty. Let's see. This would have to be... The peak point has to be slightly higher because her arm is lifted. So we're assuming... Let's give this a little volume so you know what I'm talking about. We're assuming her nipple has been raised, and so the weightiness of the breast has to be lifted a little bit. So hard to explain this. Okay, and if we stick with our other lines, we want a deep crease because these are big, heavy things. This is like the weirdest conversation I've ever had with myself. And I know you guys are all like listening, but it's just like, okay. You're gonna see me babble a lot. Because, well, it's something I've heard other YouTubers comment on as being Lego talk. This is not the shape I'm gonna end with, I swear. I'm just using this for reference. Lego talk is this idea that, how to explain this? When you were a kid and you sat around playing Legos with your friends, you talked to fill the emptiness, the quiet, but you didn't necessarily talk about anything important. It was just babbling to fill the silence. And that's kind of how this works. You learn when you... I learned when I first started doing YouTube videos fairly quickly that you have to be very comfortable talking to yourself. Because you have to get into that mindset. It's not right. Let's diminish our lines a little bit. You have to get into that mindset that someone's paying attention and you don't want it to be quiet for too long. This is not right. We might have to go back and adjust this. We'll see once her armor's on. Sometimes things like this, it'll look better. Actually, let's move this. Love this tool. Sometimes it'll look better once things are a little bit more complete and there's a better idea of what's going on. Let's see. This one's going to be lower because her shoulder is tipped. Yeah, that's probably about where it goes. Clear my selection. Erase. Oh, wrong one. Erase. So yeah, I'm gonna like babble on about all kinds of stuff, and some of it's gonna be useful, and some of it's just gonna be like, what the heck is she talking about? I really need to erase all of these, the bones. I'll do it later. Whatever. Where's my eraser? I need a bigger eraser. Okay, her arm crosses over here, so none of this will actually show. That's all right. This is working. I just wanted to get the breasts in before. God, why did I bother with this? All of this is gonna be erased. Before I put her arms in, so that I don't miss any lines. Nah, that's good enough. Whatever. Okay, let's get these. I don't know why I bother so much effort on these little lines. And the stupid thing is all of these are going to go away. Like all of these lines. Because this is a painted picture. But it really helps, I found, when you do a painted picture, to go ahead and get the sketch as complete as possible so you sort of know where things go. And it's going to change between, you know, this form and the painted version. There, lots of stuff's going to be changed. And it's never going to look like it did in the sketch. That's just a given. The mediums are different, and how things go together are going to change depending on the lighting, and it will not look the same. But I like to have a nice, somewhat clean sketch to work with. So I can say, okay, this is where the end of her elbow is. And that's right. So that this arm is deformed. So that when I get to that point, that's good enough. Where I'm painting, I don't have to second guess where all the placement is. Oh my gosh. So, this is like so weird for me, you guys. So weird. I used to do live streams, and every once in a while I'd talk. But I found it was really hard to talk in the middle of a live stream because you don't really have time to stop and look at the chat, and nobody's talking to you. So you end up like forgetting what you're doing, and you just start drawing and zoning out, and before you know it, like 2 hours have passed and everybody's been asking you questions. No, bad. I guess it doesn't really matter, but bad. I hate hands. We'll skip that part for now. Okay, I need to I need to start thinking about her clothes because the bulk of her is outlined now. Let me erase these bones in her legs. What was I saying? I don't remember. Oh, I need to do the clothes because most of these lines are finished. All the ones that are important anyway. And a lot of them are going to end up being erased by her clothes. Like the outline of her legs are going to be completely different because she has boots. She has a skirt, so her waist is going to change. She has armor, so like there's no point in drawing this part of her neck because it's going to be clothed. So I'm going to clean up some of these lines just so we can see what we're doing. And then we're going to go ahead and start drawing in her clothes. You guys can kind of see how that works. That is not what I wanted to do. Erase. Okay. You guys will notice that I sing to myself a lot. It's just habit. I just want to make sure this slope doesn't get lost. gonna be... Okay. What was I doing? Close, 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 close. Okay. This is gonna be the fun part. The outfit. I guess I can go ahead and link that up. Merge. New layer. Um, okay. Let's look at our references. Let's see. That, I know this one's not correct. This is, I think, the oldest one. Because she does not have that full suit on the newest one. God, that's skin tight. Okay. So, looks like she has gloves up to her biceps. Oh, she has the same neck thing that What's-Her-Face had. Or wait, two of them have it. Two of them did. Okay, I get that. She's got the same top as Tonya, I want to say. I try to remember their names as I'm going along. That's like corseted. I really like that work. Okay. And oh, this is the full body one too. Well, which one's newer? This one, right? We're gonna go with that one. She's never opposed to showing skin in her sketches, so we'll just go with that one. Okay, she's got a skirty bit. I can't tell. Okay, two of the pictures have this stupid, or not this stupid. My brain isn't working today. Two of the pictures have the thigh-high leggings things. Ooh, I like how the back of the skirt is. I didn't notice that before. This one doesn't have it. I can't tell if that one does. Can I use that? I really like it. We'll see how it looks. Okay, we're gonna figure this out. See, this is the stuff I go through. Okay. Oh, I forgot to erase her pelvis. No, wrong line. Okay. I should be doing this a little zoomed in so I can tell what I'm doing. I have all these lines in for shading. Trying to figure out where everything went. Oh, no, no! Should have done some of this while it was still in separate layers. Okay, we're gonna... That's not where I wanted that. Okay. I just have the shading here. It's not going to stay, but it's here to remind me sort of where the forms go. So, okay, this is going to be pretty straightforward. I love that you can do this. How low do I want the skirt to sit? Oh, those are attached to the outfit, so I can't tell. But this one's fairly low. Okay. Oh, but does... Nah. This is the stuff I go through. Okay, it crosses above there. Okay, it sits above the hip bones. So, we're gonna assume... This is gonna be erased and edited a million times. Because we gotta remember center point. And how the perspective changes the waistline. Okay, we're gonna assume it sits right about there. It's gonna have a big old jewel in the middle. I love these jewels. When I first started getting these commissions from Cardine, I'd never painted a jewel in my life. And now I've done like a ton of them. That's not what I want to see. Okay, so there's just a bunch of them. Whatever. We'll do those in a minute, because it's gonna go all the way across there. I'm gonna switch back and forth like a million times. Wow, that is a very thin piece of cloth. Okay, it has to cover stuff, but not a lot of stuff. Hey, where'd my thingy go? I love things like this. So we're gonna make this really narrow. Let's see. I'm not quite sure how I'm gonna want this to dangle yet, or if there's gonna be a massive amount of movement to it. She's got some movement, but she's standing still, so this is probably just gonna drape. Any guess on how long this is? Knee length. Okay, we got our folds in just to show a little bit of volume. Man, that's a tiny itty bitty little skirt. I love commissions. They make me do all kinds of weird things. Okay, and now we're gonna go ahead and... These don't have to be exact because when I paint them, they'll be fixed. I guess is the word I'm looking for. They'll be adjusted so that they'll be more round and all a fairly uniform size, and there won't be any scribbles. There. Okay. So, now that we know that's gonna go there, we can go ahead and erase that part. Oh man, that's an itty bitty little skirt. I love it. This is so great. Okay. Let's see what else. Okay, she's got those really high gloves on. Wait, I gotta look at her fingers. Okay, it's the gloves with armor over the back. Oh, this one's fingerless. We can do that. That's doable. So, you'll notice I'm curving this. And I gotta fix it, but the idea is you curve all of these, what I call hemlines, to show the bulk of the flesh underneath it, so it actually looks like it's there. Because if you just went like this, that doesn't look right. It makes your arm look flat, right? And generally, if the bottom of something is pointing towards you, you bend the hem up. And if it's facing away from you, like on this leg, you would bend it down. It's weird how that works out, but that's just how it is. Let's see. This one doesn't have as severe a curve because it's almost flat with our view. Okay, that's how that's gonna work. How high do those things come up? About mid-thigh. A little bit less than mid-thigh, or a little bit, it's like right here. I'm gonna lower them a bit, just a tad, so that we see plenty of skin. Because that's something I've noticed about Olive Cardine's characters. They're all demonic things or angels or stuff like that, and they're all very sexy and they all show a lot of skin. So when in doubt, that's what I go with. Let's see. Right around here. No, that one may be a little bit too low. Let's fix it. I fix things a lot. That's why I don't draw traditionally anymore. Is that a little bit better? Yeah, it's a little bit more accurate to where the other one is, I think. There we go. Okay. So now we know where her hemlines are. Oh gosh, I hesitate to call this a shirt. Her top. See, look how this evolved. At one point it was all one piece, like a bodysuit with no sides, sorta. And then it became it's like a bikini top, but then this part is still solid. You can tell because there's the hem on the side. And then it evolved into this one where it's just a short one. And we're going with it because it's the newer one. But it just strikes me as funny as how over her various drawings, she's lost a lot of clothes. So, let's see. Oh, I'm not even sure how to do this with the way her top is set up. Okay, we know how these neck things go. We've drawn them before. In fact, I can probably show you. 2012. My 2012. Shh! Don't look at that. That's my other references for stuff I'm working on. Where am I looking? In here? Ooh, commissions. This is where I'm looking. What's that one? Okay, that's one of them. We'll look at the preview because you'll see it. See, she's got this. Well, hers connected, but she's got the same form of neck thing. And what's her face? She's got it. And I believe... yeah, she's kind of got this same thing. Hers is more complete, but it always is like this little half-shirty thing. These are her other characters. There's Angel and Tonya. Hers, I think, is the most similar because she's got the same sort of top, and this is just... and hers connects like the other one does. So, yeah. And I can't remember this one's name. I'm so messed up. So, yeah, this is what we're doing. Where's our center line? Center line comes up. No, that's not right. Kind of through there. This is so weird the way this works. I might have to move her neck a little bit. Yeah, because this is not right. Not right. Whatever. We're gonna assume that this is about mid-chest. I need to adjust some things, obviously. And then that goes down and into that. Okay. Yeah, I need to adjust some stuff. Because that should sort of line up. There, that makes a little bit more sense. Oh, that's all going to be adjusted eventually anyway. Okay, so since we know that's the center line, how far down does this go? Oh, it goes down pretty far. Okay. We're going to have it sit right around there. How far does it go over her shoulders? Sits pretty firmly right at the edges. Trick is trying to figure out how this curves. Okay. And how high up does the collar go? Oh, it's got one of those. No, that one's full. That one's split. That one's split. Why do you make this difficult on me, Cardine? Okay. So if we assume it comes up around here, because we don't want it to hit the back of her head when she's resting. And it splits. And all this is going to be in shadow. Yeah, okay. We've kind of got this. Does she have any jewels on this one? No. No, she does not. Okay, I gotta remember she has cuffs. I sometimes take liberties with Cardine's characters and everybody else's too. And usually people don't mind too much. But this is why I do the sketch process where I go ahead and I sketch and then I'll show it off and be like, okay, is this pose okay? Is there anything you want me to change about the outfit before I start really getting into painting it, because it'll be much harder to paint it. And so everybody has a say before I get too far along. So yeah, it's gonna be a really pretty sketch when I'm done. Sometimes you can tell just by looking at the sketch how well it's gonna turn out, and sometimes the sketch gets ruined by the painting. It just depends. I still gotta remember to put it in the back of her skirt too. I mean, I could leave it like that and probably nobody would notice that she doesn't have a back of a skirt. You probably didn't notice it till now either, huh? But I will try, because I really liked, where was it? It was this one. The back of her skirt on that, it reminds me of a phoenix tail. And she is kind of all red and fiery looking, and I think it would be really cute. Maybe that's not the right descriptor word, but I think it would look nice on her. Especially with this wide leg stance I've got her in. It has a lot of ability to show off that kind of thing. Okay, what was I doing? Oh, her top. Gosh, I love these tops. I'm not sure if that's sarcastic or not. They're very hard to draw, because you have to center them just right. Okay. Yeah, I'm not quite sure what I'm going to do with her other one. You have to curve them just right so it actually looks like there's some volume. That works. It's not quite curved right. We'll see. Let's see. If this is about the center line, we're gonna cut this one in. You'll see me adjusting things a lot as we go. See, this one has to, let's see, I'll draw the lines to show you. This one has to come off this shoulder, which is why it's bent that way. This one might not be right because he has to, yeah, I'm gonna have to adjust this line. It comes in off that shoulder. See what I'm talking about? Sometimes this is like really difficult. If I curve this more, yeah, maybe, okay. Let's take that out. Adjust this. These are all the nitpicky little things I do. So now with that guide sort of into where her shoulder goes, we know that this has got to curve a little bit more in order to be able to match up with her shoulder. These will eventually have all kinds of wrinkles because we have to show that this is working this way. Okay, I make a lot of sense when I'm talking, obviously. Gosh, it's been one of those days, you guys. That is not the brush I wanted. Why is my eraser so little again? Stop it. I woke up this morning and I've been trying to keep track of how sick I've been so I could record. I was thinking about doing it Monday, but I've been dying to work on this piece. Once I know what I'm gonna do and I have like a partial sketch, I'm like, must get it done. Love it. Must. And so it's like really bothering me that I hadn't done it yet. And so I've been watching to see how sick I've been, and I woke up this morning and I couldn't talk. It's the first thing I did this morning. I walked into my kitchen, made myself some hot cocoa, and started talking to myself like I was on my YouTube channel because I wanted to see if my voice was going to cooperate and who else was I going to talk to. So I had no voice. And I was like, oh crap. I guess I can't do it. But I got over it. It's a little better now. I have a can of ginger ale sitting here in case my throat does start not working quite right. Oh gosh, it's one of the moments where I'm just staring at things going, okay, what am I doing? How does this top work? Seriously. I mean, it's snazzy, but how would you get something like that to stay on? Okay. Actually, we can use this because of the angle and the way her... Yeah, you guys don't care. I'm having an art moment. The way her rib cage angles here. See how it kind of... It goes like that. We can use the way her body is formed and draw on her top so it accentuates it because it does have this little dip in it. I mean, you can't see most of her outfit. But this angle that's cut into her top can be used in this instance, and I need to change my angle there, to accentuate the way her body already works. We'll cut this a little bit sharper. There we go. And how high does the side come up on that? Not all the way. Okay. And then her laces. work across here. We can't see where they all cross because the way her body is turned, but it continues on the other side, whatever. Needs to be a little knot here. I need a smaller brush. And yeah, she's got laces. I don't want to cross them that straight. We're going to assume the other laces stick out on that side. There. The way this is turned and the sharp angle of both the fabric and the laces make it seem like she's got a sharp turn in her side right here, which accentuates her form and the pose. You guys didn't know I thought this much about stuff, did you? Let's see, what else are we working on? Her gloves. Okay, they almost go up to her elbows. I need to... How do these work? They're just rounded. Okay, I need to draw in the guidelines for where her gloves end. Well, I guess they're bracers. We're going to assume they go across like that. And on this arm, is not the right angle. I'm trying to do this at a really weird angle. Her bracer's gonna work like that. Yeah, about like that. Okay, so we know where they end. See, I haven't gone into a lot of details. You don't see me filling out all the little ribbing on her bracers yet. I just want to kind of get in the outline of her outfit, where all the hems go, what part is going to be skin, what part isn't, so that I can slowly kind of form this up. And you'll notice I'm not adding her hair on her face and stuff until last, because it's really unimportant to the outfit. The hair is going to mask some things, it's not going to mask others, but it's important to get the underlying shape of the clothes in so that you'll know what to erase rather than try and draw them in after everything else, because it won't look right. Boots, 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 boots. Okay. We're gonna go ahead and stick her... I gotta get another one for this. Let's see. How much have I added? Can I merge these? Let's go ahead and merge these. Can I merge this? I can merge this. There, we're back down to 2 layers. One with all the drawing on it, and one that where I'm going to put the boots. Okay, so yeah, on both boot sets that we have, she's got a jewel right around where her kneecap sits. Love these jewels. Oh wait, does she have one on her gloves too? She doesn't in that. She does in that. And she does in that. We may take some liberties here, because I really like the jewels. They're fun. So we're going to go ahead and sketch in our kneecap jewels. We'll just use the form of the kneecap to sort of place where these go. Not only that, but having them exactly where the kneecap is like this, and this was a good design trick that Cardine did, even if she didn't do it on purpose, I don't know. it helps accentuates the form because we see it there and we immediately think kneecap. If they had been somewhere else, then the knees would have been kind of lost in the armor. So this is good. You did a good job, Cardine. Those have really... How does this work? I guess center line. Sort of like a spade. This is not perfect by any means. And then in, flare out. In, flare out. The jewel in the center. Doo -doo 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 -doo. And then all of the ribbing on the plates under that. That looks about right. Right? I'm making this stuff up as I go along. So we gotta put in our center lines. This one's gotta be a slightly off and not follow the leg because it sticks out with the knee. If that makes any sense. I go back and check this like a million times. Okay, we're gonna do spade. We don't need a sharp spade on that side because it's this one's at a different angle than what we're normally looking at. So it's not as steep. This is gonna have to be edited. Okay. So with this one, we can do a much steeper curve. I did not want to do that. There we go. Because this one's straight on, we see the curve a little bit more. I need to fix this other one. I'm not quite sure what I'm doing with this angle. And having the line there for this is a little troublesome. We're gonna adjust this. I think the problem is I tried to make the jewel match her kneecap a little bit too much. Because we gotta remember that this stands out from her knee. So we'll put it there. That is not where I want my center line. Almost no curve on that side. A much steeper curve in this side. Let's erase this. There we go. That makes more sense. That's a little bit better. Okay. So, those are her knee guards. I was smart enough to block in my heels already. Although they're not sharp as that. Oh well. I'm going with these boots because I like them. Okay. Our line follows the calf. Swings back at the ankle. Arcs down to the arc of the foot. And then swings towards the front. Okay. I'm going to have to remember this. This is going to be difficult. Here, let's put our reference up. Because this is going to be hard. And again, we're just drawing in our guides for how this is going to work. Okay. We're going to assume her boot kind of arcs down. And this would go across like that. Okay. So, we're not being very exact here, but that's okay. Designs change. It works. I love this line because it follows the calf and it's going to accentuate the curves. Okay, arcs back towards the ankle. Towards the arc of the foot. Let's see, this is her toe line here. We'll give it a pretty little curve. And then you won't see the other side. Okay, that works. We need to go ahead and erase the lines I put in for her foot bones. We don't need them now. Okay, she's... okay. Her toes are going to be probably metal is how I'm going to paint this. And even though on this one it doesn't really have the sole, we're probably gonna still put it in just to sort of separate the parts. I need to adjust the bottom of that sole. It's not quite right there. Doesn't have the right curve to it. I love how you can, there we go. Adjust the angle of your picture inside. It's so useful. Oh god, I don't even want to think about the laces and the... Nah. Okay, let's just get this outline done first. And we'll work on it. Actually, this one's mostly from the front. So we're not going to see most of this curve. Except we're going to have it dip in a little bit here and then back towards the ankle to show that that curve actually exists. And then we're going to have that one go down like that. Let's see, here's the bottom of her toes again. Okay. And eep. Okay, that works. See, we're accentuating the shape of her foot with all the curves. And then this would be the metal toe. Actually, let's make that a little bit steeper. And then we have our sole. And we can go ahead and erase these. Put our little bit of shading back in here so we remember to shade that curve. Oh, I need to fix this. Like I said, most of what I do is adjusting. Like 90% of my drawing is just fixing all the mistakes I make. There. This is messed up, but it's just because my lines are too thick. Okay. We're getting there. We are getting there, people. God, I've been at this for like an hour and a half, I think. I'm just guessing by looking at my clock. Yeah, we're gonna keep that. So, merge. New layer. We're gonna assume the ribbing just follows down the front. We'll put a thin band of it. Oops, that is not the curve I wanted. Oops. Again. We will follow that. And on this one, we'll follow that. Okay, that's where the banding is going to go across. Okay, the tie-ins. Putting little loops is going to ruin my pretty lines. Okay, we'll do it. Okay, so there's going to be a link here. And then there's going to be one. Oops, that's way too big. Right there. Okay, we're not going to be able to see the ones on this side. It's not going to happen. Where's my boots? Okay. And then the ties are going to be pretty simple. We're going to have one go up this way. And one go down this way. And so on and so forth. And we will go ahead and put in our ribbing. Or our piping, whatever you call it. And we will have the scaling end right at the piping line, so we get that nice itty bitty little bit of piping showing. Even at the bottom, it has this whole thing to do with connecting the aesthetics. I know you guys are like, what the heck is she talking about? I put a little bit too much thought sometimes into what I'm doing. Trying not to get this ribbing lost in my lines, but it's nearly impossible. Piping. Why can't I use the right words today? Okay, good enough. And it's not even going to show on the other side. Not really. So we'll leave it at that. And then she has straight plating on her arms, so I'm going to assume that it's straight plating on her boots. And we'll just draw in a couple of lines to remind us. That this is the way it should curve. And I'm going to put a slight curve in the plating again to accentuate the fact that her leg is, you know, a solid object that has form. These are not all the same size, but when I paint them in, I'll fix that. This is more just so I don't forget that this is the design. And I'm not going to bother to sketch in the little bolts that hold the plates on. I may paint them in. Oh god, that's not what I wanted to do. But I'm not going to bother sketching. Because it does not matter at this point. I better start at the top. Okay, let's see. Oh, this one's different. That's right. Because this foot is sort of angling away, and her other foot is angling up. So I have to sort of change the direction of the plating. And as we get a little bit straighter in our leg, we straighten out our lines for our plating. I'm making these plates way too big. So then I do it again. Okay. And I'm going to start to bow them a little bit towards the foot because the foot is coming towards us. There. Good enough. That will show us where our boots go. It's going to be cool when they're done. Oh god, I don't even want to think about our gloves yet. So, we've got most of our outfits sketched in now, as you can see. Oh, I'm getting a creak in my back. I've been sitting here too long. My wrist hurts. Since we've been at this for quite a while, I'm not sure how long, but I want to say at least an hour. I am going to go ahead and end the first part of the video here. Stay tuned. I will be sketching more. You know what? Probably tomorrow. I know for sure on Monday. Probably Tuesday. I'm trying to get this sketch done by Tuesday to hand it over to Cardine for approval before I start the painting, which I'm also going to go ahead and record. So keep your eye out. Yeah, we're gonna end here for today, and we will get back to it. I will, I guess, talk to you guys, talk to myself, whatever, tomorrow. See you guys. Thank you for stopping by. Remember to leave your likes, your favorites, comments, whatever, and I will keep doing this. Bye, guys.